So Nomatic was started 4 years ago in 2014 by my cousin and I. And we started it off just as a way to make some money on the side. And we launched our first product, our wallet, on Kickstarter. And through launching there, we learned a lot about Facebook ads and marketing. And we brought it onto our site and we were able to see a lot of success. Ended up creating really a company rather than just a side project. So my background, I'm actually a CPA and I did accounting. I was at a public accounting firm for a year and did accounting for a different company as well. And so when I came in to do this, the other company I worked for sold goods to wholesalers and retailers like Walmart, Walgreens, and Target. So I had experienced that, but I had never experienced online retail. And as we started this business, I was obviously the one who was in charge of the books because I'm a CPA. And it was really interesting to find out how intensive that process was to really keep everything accurate and updated and balanced month to month. It's not just a simple thing. There are a lot of tools out there that help automate things, but to then go in and double check and make sure everything's balancing is where it should be. As an entrepreneur, I just didn't have time to devote myself to that as it needed to be for tax purposes or for management purposes or things like that. Being a CPA, I knew the numbers well enough in my mind that I could say, yeah, I know what I'm doing and I understand it. But as we got to the level where we are now, it was just getting too intimidating to make these decisions without good data behind it. And so we started reaching out to different people to say, how can we manage our books in a way that makes sense financially as a startup without bringing someone in-house, because that may be too hard, too expensive. So we looked for a couple different firms, talked with a lot of different people, and ended up finding LedgerGurus as a recommendation from a friend. And we were really excited about the way that they could focus on e-commerce in particular and focus on the type of business that we were doing. And so that got us excited and gave us the confidence we needed to pull the trigger and working with another agency to manage all of our books for us. Working with LedgerGurus was a great experience for our business in particular because we're an e-commerce business. And as we got into our first meeting, it was really apparent that this wasn't something they were just trying to figure out, but that they had already worked on. As I told them what we were going up against, they were bringing solutions and recommendations of, oh, when we did Amazon before, we used this plugin to automate data and automate systems so that it would all be more accurate and more timely. Working with LedgerGurus was a really great experience because not only did they take good care of my books, but I felt like they took good care of me and the people that we work with in our team. Instead of just like being a distant third party, oftentimes we would have meetings in our office with them one-on-one, or I could call them anytime and ask questions or send emails and they would respond. I really felt like they were a part of the team and they were there. If I had any questions, they could quickly respond and help me out. So it didn't feel like I was outsourcing. It felt like more like I had expanded my team to have a few really capable accountants to help us keep our books in shape.